Never stay silent in these 7 situations. Silence is often praised as strength. We're told that staying quiet shows maturity, control, and wisdom. And sometimes, that's true. But what most people don't realize is that silence can also work against you. In the wrong situations, silence doesn't protect you, it weakens you. It slowly erodes your self-respect, damages your confidence, and teaches others that your voice doesn't matter. Over time, this creates a pattern where people begin to ignore, dismiss, or even walk over you. The truth is simple. There are moments in life where staying silent is not a sign of strength. It's a form of self-neglect. In this video, we're going to break down 7 critical situations where you should never stay silent, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. Because your voice is not just sound, it's your identity, your boundary, and your power. When someone disrespects you, disrespect rarely starts big. It usually begins with small comments, subtle sarcasm, or dismissive behavior that people test to see how you react. And if you stay silent in those moments, you unintentionally give permission for it to continue. People treat you based on what you tolerate, not what you deserve. When someone disrespects you and you say nothing, it doesn't make you look calm or mature. It often makes you look like someone who won't stand up for themselves. Over time, this creates a pattern where others feel comfortable crossing the line again and again. Speaking up doesn't mean reacting emotionally or starting conflict. It means calmly acknowledging the behavior and making it clear that it's not acceptable. Even a simple, composed response can shift how people see you. Because the moment you address disrespect, you reset the standard for how you expect to be treated too. When your boundaries are being crossed, boundaries are the invisible lines that protect your time, energy, and mental peace. But here's the reality: boundaries don't exist unless they are communicated. Many people assume that others should just know better, but that's not how human behavior works. If you don't express your limits, people will naturally push them, sometimes without even realizing it. When you stay silent while your boundaries are being crossed, you send a message that your limits are flexible or non-existent. This leads to frustration, resentment, and emotional exhaustion. Speaking up about your boundaries is not rude or selfish, it's necessary. It shows that you respect yourself enough to protect your space. And the more clearly and calmly you communicate your boundaries, the more seriously others will take them. Silence, in this case, only guarantees one thing: your limits will continue to be ignored. 3. When you're being used or taken advantage of, there's a fine line between being kind and being taken for granted. When you constantly say yes, give your time, energy, and effort without any balance, some people will begin to see you as a resource rather than a person. And the more you stay silent about it, the more it continues. Being used often doesn't feel obvious at first. It builds slowly. You might notice that someone only reaches out when they need something, or that the effort in the relationship is completely one-sided. If you ignore these signs and remain silent, you reinforce the behavior. Speaking up in these situations doesn't require confrontation or anger. It simply requires honesty. It means recognizing your worth and deciding that your time and energy are valuable. When you stop allowing yourself to be used, you force others to either respect you or lose access to you. And that's a powerful shift. 4. When you witness injustice or one of the most dangerous forms of silence is the kind that protects wrongdoing. When you witness something unfair, unethical, or harmful and choose to stay quiet, it may feel easier in the moment, but it comes at a cost. Silence in these situations doesn't just affect you. It affects others who may not have the power or confidence to speak up themselves. It allows negative behavior to continue unchecked. Speaking up doesn't mean you have to be aggressive or put yourself in harm's way. It means standing on the side of what's right, even if your voice shakes. It's about integrity, the ability to align your actions with your values. Because at the end of the day, staying silent in the face of injustice doesn't keep you neutral. It often places you on the side of the problem. 5. When your ideas or work are being ignored in many situations, especially in school, work, or group settings, your ideas and contributions can easily go unnoticed if you don't speak up for them. Silence here can cost you opportunities, recognition, and growth. It's not enough to have good ideas. You need to express them, reinforce them, and sometimes even repeat them. When you stay silent while your work is overlooked or credited to someone else, you train people to underestimate your value. Speaking up in this context is not about ego. It's about visibility. It's about making sure your efforts are acknowledged and your voice is part of the conversation. The more confidently you express your ideas, the more people begin to associate you with value and leadership. Silence, on the other hand, keeps you invisible in rooms where you deserve to be seen. 6. When you need help or are struggling, many people suffer in silence because they believe asking for help is a sign of weakness. But in reality, it's the opposite. Staying silent when you're struggling only isolates you further and makes the problem feel bigger than it actually is. Whether it's stress, burnout, emotional pain, or confusion, keeping it all inside creates pressure that eventually builds up. No one is meant to handle everything alone. Speaking up and asking for help shows awareness, courage, and strength. It allows others to support you, guide you, and sometimes even provide solutions you couldn't see on your own. Silence may feel safe, but it often prolongs the struggle. The moment you open up, you create space for relief, understanding, and growth. 7. When your values or beliefs are clear, values are the foundation of who you are. They guide your decisions, shape your identity, and define what you stand for. When you stay silent while those values are being challenged or disrespected, you slowly disconnect from your own sense of self. This doesn't mean you need to argue or prove yourself in every situation, but it does mean standing firm when something goes against what you believe is right. Speaking up about your values shows confidence and clarity. It tells others that you have principles that cannot be easily influenced or changed. And even if people disagree with you, they will respect you more for having the courage to stand by what you believe in. Silence in these moments sends the opposite message, that your values are flexible and easily ignored. Use your voice. Silence is a tool, and like any tool, it can either build you up or break you down depending on how you use it. There are moments where staying quiet is powerful, but there are also moments where it costs you your respect, your confidence, and your opportunities. The key is knowing the difference. When you speak, speak with calmness, not anger. Speak with clarity, not emotion. And most importantly, speak with confidence, not fear. Because your voice is more than just words. It's a reflection of how you see yourself. And the moment you start using it in the right situations, everything around you begins to change. People treat you differently. Opportunities open up. And most importantly, you begin to respect yourself on a deeper level. So don't lose your voice trying to keep the peace. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply speak. If you found this valuable, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content like this. And comment below, which of these situations do you struggle with the most? Your voice matters, and this is where it starts.